Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm riding an e-bike, not the Honda Navi motorcycle, through Iroquois Park. I know I've gone through here and done some videos here before, but I don't think I've gone through around sunset and riding on a bike. So, figure I'd go through. And I'm recording with the GoPro Hero 11 Black Mini. It's Iroquois Park in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm on the Onebot S6L e-bike. It's a folding bike. Nice sunset off in the distance. I think off in that direction that's Fairdale, neighborhood within Louisville. So my plan is to go up here and ride around at the top of the park and go check the outlook. There's a lot of people up here today, so I may save the outlook for last to see if there are fewer people as it gets closer to dark. So if you're coming up here to the park and you want to go to the top, the road that comes up here is only open to car traffic once a month, the last weekend of each month. And aside from that, you have to come up here by foot or bike or what have you. You can't take a car up here. And it's a little bit of a, it's a little jaunt, because it's uphill, requires a bit of effort to get up there. So I think what I'll do is I'll go through a loop of the road that's at the top of the park, and then go check the outlook. And hopefully by the time that I can do the loop, there'll be fewer people up here at the outlook. Because it's a very nice view of the city. And it's quite common for people to come up there with a large group and hog the entire overlook. There's a field over to the left. It's just a big open field that has some trails for walking, hiking, or mountain biking. And this is not a not a mountain bike, so I don't think I really want to take it off road because it has tires that have no real grip for off-road applications. Looks like that guy had the same idea. Come up here on an e-bike. Now this one is a I don't know if it lists what class it is, but it's definitely class 2 because it has a twist throttle and has 3 pedal assist modes, and it'll take you up to a top speed of pedal assist of around 15 miles per hour. And I would assume that maybe because it's a global model that complies with the laws in the EU and other areas where the speeds are a little bit lower than they are in the US. So this is not something that's comparable to a Super 73 or a Suron or something you want to just use as essentially, a cruiser where you don't do any work. This is far more of a bike, but it's pretty light. It folds up. I was able to, fold it up, throw it in the car, bring it here, versus having to ride a, 40-mile round trip to come here and back. So that part was pretty nice. And I think before I've done a ride on this thing, And I had about a little bit over 20 miles on it, and it still had about half battery. And that was with a mix of pedal assist and throttle, and then no pedal assist. And then this is an area that used to be kind of an overlook, but it's all grown up. All the trees and brush and stuff, so you can still, when the trees are thin during the fall and the winter, you can kind of see out and see the sunset off in the distance there. And then the field that was on the left earlier, when I was going past, where there's kind of like the little covered picnic area cabin thing, this is that field a little bit further away. So there's the fence that goes through here, and there's walking paths that go back through here, and bike paths, and there's a bench through there, back through here. It looks like stuff's kind of grown up right now. But yeah, you can go back in there and hike and mountain bike, explore if you want to. And it's a cool looking area, and be able to go somewhere like this. It's in the middle of a bunch of neighborhoods and in the city is nice. And then this will take us to another kind of overlook, and then it brings, the road comes back around by the basketball courts that were passed earlier. So these are just, kind of a ring road that goes along the top of the park. It doesn't exit out to anywhere, it just goes along the top. So it's, nice for bike rides or walks or what have you. And then on, weekends when it's open, you can drive through in a car or a motorcycle or scooter, moped, etc. So this is another area that was kind of a overlook. There's the sunset. And that was Panther Point, according to the sign over there. And, over the years, the top of the park has looked a bit different, because I know my father used to come up here, decades ago, in the late 70s and 80s, and I think he was saying that there were, at the top of the park, there were more basketball courts, and there was a softball field or a baseball field, and there was more stuff up there. And the overlook that now you have to access via foot or bike or something, and this is a more recent change. It used to be you could drive up to the outlook and park right by it, and then the pedestrian portion was like raised, and they changed that a few years ago. There's some erosion of the road, it looks like, and there's a deer. There's a few deer. If it's not too dark to see. Hopefully I don't surprise any of them. And then this hill here is going to come back out by the basketball courts. And I'm going to go back down to the overlook and get a look out over the city as it's hitting sunset. And hopefully the GoPro footage holds up, because I used this GoPro 11 Mini to record a ride on the Honda Navi recently, and the low-light footage held up better than I thought it would. It was sunset, kind of similar to these conditions. It was down on the street level where there were, street lights and businesses and cars and what have you, but and I recorded it in it has an aspect ratio that's 8:7, because it's got a taller sensor than they used to, so it records more you know, horizontally. Or no, it records more vertically. It can record more above and below the frame than it used to vertically. I'm saying that weird. And I thought I could just crop a 16:9 section of that out and it'd be fine. Because I used to do that with the 4:3 mode in some of the GoPros, but this was a little bit different aspect. And when I was doing that, the 16:9 footage was only really showing the handlebars of the motorcycle in the road and not much of what was out in front of me. So instead of letting that go to waste, I edited it in a 4:3 timeline, and that's more of the square video that you used to get back, before the era of HD TVs, or the aspect ratio that Zack Snyder released Justice League in on HBO Max. I don't know that I'll record too much in that aspect ratio, because it puts bars on the sides of the display on the left and right. I know working in in retail in college back in the early 2000s, there were a lot of people that would complain about buying widescreen DVDs, or even if they bought an HD TV, there's still bars on some of them. So I think people tend to not like bars on the images. So I'll probably just record the standard 16:9 with this for the most part. But yeah, so this path goes to the overlook, which looks out into the city across a few different parts. Oh. Yeah, so this looks out over Louisville, Kentucky. That's the bike, the Onebot. Then way off in the distance straight ahead is downtown Louisville. See, I'll ride around this. Yeah, this looks out over different parts of the city. But yeah, so that was a ride through Iroquois Park on the Onebot e-bike. Yeah, but that'll wrap it up till next time. Later. And I forgot to mention earlier, if you're interested in getting one of these Onebot folding bikes, make sure to check the description for this video, because I have a link to get a pretty good discount on Amazon if you're looking at an e-bike. So that's in the link in the description of this video. But yeah, until next time.